Paul is saying essentially, when he talks about the hardness of heart, he goes from the mind to the heart. Paul's painting this image, hear me out for a minute, that whatever is in your mind not given to God will turn into an idol. In fact, ungodly thoughts in your mind lead to ungodly idols in your heart. That tsunami we talked about, that process that sin happens, here's how it begins. Ungodly thoughts turn into ungodly idols because what you set your mind on is what you will worship. See, we don't understand that as college students. We think that we can worship God in our heart but not worship him with our mind. Hear me, what your mind is set on is what your heart will worship. And that's how I was as a college student. I realized my mind was thinking all about video games all the time. Like literally every single day. I was just wanting to get out of college classes, go home and play video games. And I realized, you know what? My mind is set on video games. My heart is worshiping video games. It becomes an idol in your life. Replace that with pornography. Replace that with pride. Replace that with basketball. Friend groups. Whatever your mind is most set on is what your heart will worship. Your heart will build an idol to it. Moses goes up on the mountain. The Israelites get impatient. Their mind starts setting on, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? They go to Aaron. Hey, we need a new God. Aaron says, well, bring me your gold. They throw it all in. Golden calf comes out. They begin worshiping this golden calf. And Moses comes down the mountain. He sees what happens. He gets frustrated. He gets angry. And do you remember Aaron's response? When Moses saw the idol that they had built and started worshiping? Aaron, first off, blames the people. He tells Moses, he's like, man, you know these people are a little crazy. Like Aaron didn't throw it in there and build the golden calf. He's like, man, you know these people are a little crazy. And then Aaron goes even further. He's like, man, we just threw some stuff in there. I didn't know what was going to happen. A golden calf came out. And they start worshiping it. They start bowing down to it. They say that, oh, this is the God that took us through the Red Sea. And let me tell you something. We laugh at worshiping a golden calf. Our idols just aren't statues anymore. They're in here. And they're on here. Worshiping a golden calf sounds hilarious in our culture, but you got to understand, worshiping your social media platform is the same idol. Worshiping what people think of you is an idol. Worshiping sex before marriage is sin, and it's an idol. Anything that you worship in your heart is an idol if it's not the Lord. And I want you to understand this process because college students struggle to get it. They struggle. If somebody asks me, where do college students struggle the most? It's this. They think they can worship God with their heart, but not with their mind. You worship God in your heart because you know him in your mind. 1 Chronicles 28:9, the Lord brought it to my heart. You, Solomon, my son, know the God of your father and serve him with a whole heart and a willing mind. David says that to Solomon. He says, you worship him with a willing mind and a whole heart because what you know in your mind is what you will worship of the Lord Jesus Christ. So when your mind, I got to move on, but I want you to get this. What you set your mind on, if it's not bowing down to the Lord, your heart will begin to make it an idol in your life. I can't get any clearer than that. That's what Paul is saying.